Clearly Reviews, and here today we're back with another strain review, and today we have another strain that is sun-grown. This one is sun-grown in New Jersey. That is very rare for me to ever have anything that's sun-grown on the East Coast, so this is a pleasure to get the opportunity to review this. Today we have the Wi-Fi OG coming from the Shaman. This is also known as White Fire OG. But I guess this is a cut that isn't necessarily the main cut that everyone knows about. That being said, is it actually OG? I'll get to speaking about that and the effects. What I want to speak about first is the look. I would say the look of it is definitely something that has some appeal. It's definitely going to be something that a lot of people would skip over in a lineup. So I would say realistically a 5 is fair. It's not something that anyone's just gonna be like, ooh, that's amazing looking. What it is beautiful when you get up close to it, or when you break it up. It's something that has a lot of beauty there. It's definitely gonna be something that has a lot of, it's not necessarily super fresh. I think it is fairly fresh, and I think it's not old, but it's definitely gonna be something that has some real health to it. When you break up the nugs, it's gonna be sticky. It's definitely gonna be really nice. So the look of 5, it is what it is. It's not gonna be able to be something that just gets picked out of a lineup. Moves us on to the smell. Smell on this one's very airy. I'm not actually a fan of the smell of this. The smell is sort of gonna give off this kind of like a cushy earthiness, but it's not necessarily something that I would say a lot of people would pick, to be honest. It's not something that's jumping out of a jar, which is kind of weird because a lot of sun-grown stuff usually is super distinct when you smell it. Usually you can tell right away that it's sun-grown. This one, not necessarily super obvious. I would say a 3 for the smell. Just not great. I even was speaking with the Shaman. He says that he smells it a lot more than I was saying, and I don't know, I guess there's a lot that could play into it. I truly think it's deserving of a 3. It is what it is. Moves us on to the taste. The taste is certainly way better than the smell. It's going to be a 7. It's not necessarily the most pronounced taste in the world. It is going to have sort of this hint of cushiness and hint of sour earth. It is going to be something that I think is somewhat enjoyable, but it's also going to be something that is sort of for a certain crowd. It's going to have this very unique creaminess, but it's not going to be something that is like a gelinated cream or one of those types of creams. It's not going to be that at all. It's not going to be a cream smoothie type of taste. It's more or less going to be almost like a sour cream in a way, which is probably not the best description for it, but it's what's coming to mind. I would say a 7 for the taste is what I'm going to give it. Moves us to the high. The high on this one, I would actually say, is great. Best thing about it, I would say it's actually well deserving of at least a 9. I would say that the high on it is definitely something that I can very much appreciate. It's something that is very much going to be very distinct. It's going to be something that is very in your face. It's going to be something that is long lasting. Everything about it is really enjoyable. I actually think that the high on this one is very much something that I really like, because it also is something that can keep you focused and still out of your mind in that high way that we're all kind of looking for if you're smoking stuff, to be honest. So what is this? Is it something that is actually an OG? To be honest, I don't necessarily think it is the OG that we're all looking for, that OG that you feel drunk off. It's not that, but it is definitely something that is a great kush. It's definitely something that is very close to OG, that I can very much see why someone would call it OG. at the same time, I'm not the most experienced OG smoker. I definitely have a very good experience. I've smoked a lot of the Josh D's ones, a lot of the different OGs and Kushes that are out there and that are regarded as the top of the top. That being said, is this something that could stand with those? Sure. When it comes to effects, yeah, definitely could. The reason for that is because it's sun grown though. So the overall is going to be this right here. I guess this is a great example of the power that sun grown cannabis can have.